Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand new episode of Media FA. Today I am joined by RAT Comedy. How are ya?
I'm a little ill, but I'm good.
Uh, sorry to hear that, but yeah, okay. So, today we are talking about a movie that is a bit different from what we usually talk about. We're talking about Oppenheimer.
Low's
Uh,
timer, you get it?
what?
Low's timer.
Yeah. Okay. So
Awful, I
Oppenheimer,
know.
released last year. It's infamous for having released at the same time as Barbie, but as you can tell, we are not doing a Barbenheimer episode because everyone fucking did a Barbenheimer episode.
I mean, I don't
everybody
know if
and everybody who's ever reviewed Oppenheimer reviewed Barbie at the same time. Let's be fucking real, right? Let's be real. When was the last the nobody reviewed the movies like independently from each other aside from us because we don't want to do Barbie. We are not Barbie is not on our schedule.
none of you have seen Barbie. King.
I have not seen Barbie. No, I'm not really interested.
I think I'm the only person in this podcast that has seen Barbie.
I mean, it's definitely possible. Like I wouldn't put it past.
It's just because of my sister, okay? She grew up with all those Barbie movies for DVD, and also I was dragged into it.
Mm, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see. I see what yeah, I see what happened. But yeah, we're not gonna do Barbie at least for now. We may do in the future. I don't know, but that's very unlikely because I'm not really interested in watching it. So me going ahead and watching it to review it, it's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, I didn't want to do it anyways because like like I said, like fucking Barbenheimer has been milked to death, and I really don't want to be seem like late to the party, even though we are doing an Oppenheimer episode a year later. That's simply because we have to catch up on episodes that we announced in the earlier years. So we are sort of crunching to get those out before the year ends. These are the ones that are for the, this year. But anyways, yeah. So Oppenheimer is is different because we usually review uh, not fantasy fiction. We usually review fiction. We don't review nonfiction. So the actual, I guess, the actual how we're gonna approach this movie is gonna be different. This is a biopic. It's the events that happened within the movie. At least some that the event of the movie, most of them, and some way happen in real life. It's not told in, I would say, told in like a like a, what do you call it? It's not told continuously. It's not. It's a movie that jumps around a lot.
It starts like at the it starts with like somewhere around the end, okay? The movie starts around
Yeah,
after the bomb and after all that.
the movie starts after its ending. Like uh the movie, that's one of the coolest things I did like rewatching is I rewatched Oppenheimer to get the notes. Is that the movie starts off after its own ending. And basically its ending, it's like in the entire movie is essentially like a try, not like a trial, but like a questioning of Oppenheimer and the reaction of that questioning from Strauss. Like that is the entire movie. It's basically just like recounting events, and and like what happened after the ending. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's something, obviously, movies that are not told in like in like a continuous way. Just like I don't know how to call. I forgot her name, but like it's in the same vein as like Pulp Fiction, where it's a movie told like out of order. And like even then, like yeah, out of chronological order. Like this movie isn't in chronological order. It's just kind of yeah, it's non-linear. There we go,
Spliced.
non-linear. What?
Spliced. Oh, I was gonna say that.
No, I was trying to find like non-linear. It's like a very non-linear movie. Uh, there are examples of non-linear movies like for like we've reviewed in the past. Like apparently here, Eternals counts as non-linear.
What?
Uh, yeah, I think it's because like they include flashbacks. That's the thing. It's like I guess like Eternals has a lot of flashbacks and its stories revealed through the flashbacks and what happened to it. So I guess that's why it counts. And so does Guardians Volume 3, Deadpool and Wolverine. Like important narrative beats are revealed through flashbacks and like through like past events instead of them being revealed like in the present, at least to us. But Oppenheimer is a lot more non-linear in the sense that its entire story is non-linear, and there's not like a big plot point that we usually follow. It's mostly just events that we see that lead up to what happened at the end, and like the conversations that happen at the end,
The beginning.
the beginning and the end. Yeah, it's like
Basically it, yeah. Oh, I need to charge my. Okay.
that is like the crux of the movie. But of course, like because we haven't reviewed anything like this ever, pretty much. There are it's gonna be a different approach. Obviously, we're not gonna talk about the future because we kind of know what happens to Oppenheimer after after uh after the '60s. Not well, he doesn't make it out of the '60s, but um, we know what happens to him after the movie ends. So there's not gonna be like any future. We're not gonna get fucking Oppenheimer 2.
Bro. It,
But
what do you Oppenheimer too? The bomb that he created, it's actually a Barbie bomb, and then now he has to face off Barbie.
no, unironically, Oppenheimer 2 is Godzilla -1. No, I'm not joking. You watch
Good
this.
movie though.
Yeah, I know. If you watch those movies back to back, and you'll see what I mean. Like, if you watch Oppenheimer and then you watch Godzilla -1, they're like Godzilla -1 is like a perfect sequel
Good
to
movie.
Oppenheimer. I was gonna say that to the end, like, oh yeah, if you want a sequel to Oppenheimer, go watch Godzilla -1. But I'm being like, I'll say right now, since we kind of mentioned the Oppenheimer 2. Um, if like Godzilla -1 is like the perfect like it's it's the perfect sequel to Oppenheimer, just because like it carries over the themes, like like it carries over the exact same themes and portrays them in the same way, but like by the side of the Japanese. I mentioned it in my Godzilla -1 review. I think I'm pretty sure. I don't think I mentioned about Oppenheimer, but I did mention like the effects of like the bomb and all that, and like how and like Godzilla finally like representing the atomic bomb again. But that's beside the point. That is beside what we're going to talk about. And going back to kind of saying how we're going to approach this movie, uh, there are technically there are characters, but they are based on real people. So I'm not gonna like. So we're not going to mention specifics about how the characters like handled or anything because they are written not to make the best. They're written to be to recount events that humans made. You know, like they're not made. They're not like faults of the writer. They are genuine human faults. So we're gonna talk about them like individual, not individually, but definitely like as like one congruent thing. So I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. Because of that, there are not a lot of stuff I have to mention, or like points I have to talk about. So let's just get straight into it. No more preamble. All right, so
All right.
we're gonna start off with like I guess what we always start off with, but like in a different way. This movie does use special effects. No, wait, no, it does not. I sorry, I have to. I accidentally tarnished the name of Christopher Nolan. He does not use CGI. He is an avid CGI hater. Let's fucking be real. Um, I don't know, Rock Comedy, I don't know if you know this, but Christopher Nolan, the director of the movie, who also directed the Batman Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Um, he is and like, he does anything to not use CGI.
But what if he has to use CGI?
He pulls some fucking black magic to like Interstellar, yeah, but like when he uses CGI, it's like very good. So yeah, like Interstellar, obviously you have to use CGI for that. But if for example, in the Dark Knight, he actually there's a scene where like there's a scene where a truck like goes in the air and like falls on its like on its top side. That's all real.
Okay. Look, I've never
Like
seen
all of
the Batman
the
trilogy.
Dark
Okay,
Knight.
I've never seen
But
it.
yeah, there's a scene where like and for the movie, an actual truck was like sent into the air and like put on its just put on its on top side. It was kind of insane. And also for this movie, this is kind of big when the movie was coming out. But the bomb effects, that's not CGI. That's fucking real.
Von Goldberg.
The bomb is real. Like, not they didn't fucking build a nuclear bomb, alright? But like, they built something that simulated how a nuclear bomb would look detonated. Yeah, it's kind of insane. And he did this just not use CGI. And there's a lot of memes going around because I don't know if you know this again, but Christopher Nolan is directing an adaptation of the Odyssey.
I've heard of it. Yeah, this like it was a. I seen it once on my recommended page, but like forgot about it until now.
But yeah, so Christopher Nolan is directing an adaptation of the Odyssey, and obviously that is like a very like, that's a lot of like mythological shit. So like a lot of the memes are like saying that he'll do like a summon like he like summon a kraken out of the ocean just to not use special effects.
Oh my god.
He'll summon the sea. I think it's called the sea or something. But yeah, it's coming out in 2026. That's when the Odyssey's coming out, and maybe we'll review, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah,
If we're still around.
if we're still around, that's very important. But yeah, and that movie's gonna be like freaking 4 hours long. He will not make it any shorter than that. But yeah, so uh, talking about the movie, the effects. The effects are like very well made.
I
Just
guess it's real.
yeah, it is real. Like they like. Also, I gotta commend the fucking balls that man had to to even do that. Some of the things I like, and the cinematography in the movie is also very good. Uh, they have a lot of moments that really emphasize the scene that wait that it accompanies. I guess it's I guess it's much more. I don't know if it's effects really, but like like in you might remember in the scene where they're interrogating Oppenheimer uh and we see like I forgot her name, but the woman she slept with at like the party.
Yeah.
Like we see her we see like how Oppenheimer's wife views Oppenheimer in that moment, and it's with like the woman riding him. Yeah, that's a cool piece of
Yeah,
effects.
right, yeah.
That might have seemed a bit weird in the theater, like first time seeing it, but when it's explained that it's like that's how that's how his wife views him at that moment. Kitty Oppenheimer. Then then it's a lot it's a lot more understandable.
Okay.
But so the cinematography it's a lot of like interesting and cool ways that it uses, and the effects are also very well made. Something I gotta appreciate is when using the like it portrays the like the subatomic world that we see like Oppenheimer like in like at his time in the universities and of
Yeah, when he
Europe.
was
We see him like
uh,
yeah
professor.
yeah when we're going to first like he's like seeing the like he's like thinking about how it works and like seeing how it works and how like it affects him and all that like I feel like that's really cool to see in the movie and to have that portrayed because that's not something that's usually portrayed in these movies like these like how this person thinks and a lot of like the effects are usually like for how like perspective of the people of the characters I'm just gonna call them people because it's easier like how they're perceived. Also, I gotta mention something. I forgot to mention something. This movie is based on a book. It's based on
The
the book American Prometheus, and we're gonna get to how that ties into everything because because I actually didn't notice this one when watching the movie first, but knowing about the tale of Prometheus really showed me like it really brought into perspective how how Oppenheimer's perceived, and I think. And are you familiar with like the tale of Prometheus?
no.
No, I'll explain it later, but you'll see how it all ties in and why it's based up. But yeah, the book is called American Prometheus, and that ties into the movie, and there's a reason why it's called that. And even they call him in the movie American Prometheus, but it's like insane how that name tied into everything, and that was said before it all like clicked into my head, like when I saw what actually happened. Like in a chronological order, like when he was called. I don't know if he was actually called American Prometheus. That seems like very unrealistic to someone for him to be called that. But like seeing like how it ended up, it all made sense. And honestly, that's probably how the name how the book got its name. But yeah, what I meant to mention is that that this movie is called Oppenheimer, but there's a show that aired in the 80s called Oppenheimer, and it tells the same story. But this book, this movie uses the American Prometheus book as a basis, which is a biography of Oppenheimer, which was released after the Oppenheimer like show. It's a bit weird, but yeah, like I just wanted to mention that I found that it was like an interesting thing I found about the movie that it's not the only thing to have to like it's not obviously it's not the only time the story of Oppenheimer was like told, but it's not the only time it's called Oppenheimer, and also it's based on a book. And to be honest, as much as I think that the name American Prometheus is the most fucking like is the best thing I've ever heard in my life, and that's an awesome title. I feel like calling it Oppenheimer would have been a lot better. Like I think it was a smart choice to call it Oppenheimer instead of American Prometheus.
They should have called it Triangle Strategy.
I mean, if they drop the third one, then maybe
Maybe.
it you don't make a triangle with 2 points. Let me just say that. Then it would have been a
Fair
triangle
point.
strategy.
Fair, fair point, okay?
That I can do that. That was fucking 100 years ago. Anyways, so like the effects of the movie, like I was saying, like getting back to that, they're very well made. And I like how they portrays the character, like how it portrays like how the people are like experiencing the world and how it's not how that's happening. Yeah, talking about the people. Let's just move on to the people. I don't have any noted down, so we're just gonna start off with Oppenheimer. And
Oppenheimer.
yeah, Oppenheimer is a very interesting person. At least like how he's portrayed in the movie. First of all, fucking Killian Murphy. I don't. He looks so much like actual Oppenheimer, like the real Oppenheimer. It's kind of insane. I I didn't know he even like fucking. He looks so much like the actual like man himself that it's uncanny. Hold on, just so you see. Let me send you a picture of like
Okay.
the actual Oppenheimer, so you can see what I'm talking about. It's kind of uncanny.
Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Okay, that's the real Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
Okay, let me pull up.
I can look it up for you.
Okay, do it.
And this is Killian Murphy. Also, I'm surprised it's not pronounced Cillian.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah,
They,
they look.
they, they,
It, it's uncanny.
they straight up chose the perfect guy for this.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's insane. Also, I also about the effects. There's more like actual practical effects, but I like that. I am surprised like, at the end where everyone's kind of old. I like how when they're portrayed as like being like old, like when they look visibly aged. Even though in the movie we see them like being aged, like they age over time. That's kind of insane. But especially at the end, when we see the characters being aged, they don't look. They look like they actually fucking aged. They don't look. It doesn't look like makeup. It looks like actual aging. It's insane.
Oh.
But yeah, um, the people. So Oppenheimer is a very interesting person, to say the least. Again, Cillian Murphy killed it as Oppenheimer, but I feel like his life is very interesting. Obviously, he is the father of the atomic bomb, just like full like that is what the movie is based around. But also, I'll talk about it here. Like he is called the American Prometheus for a reason, and how it's portrayed as such and how he reacts to it is is rather interesting because he's like he fights. Obviously he fights for like for his right, for the right to say like that, but like uh what do you call it, he basically he fits the title of being like a pretty much like a real life Prometheus. So obviously he starts he starts like the pro he brings I forgot what it is. I forgot what he brings to like I think theoretical physics. I guess it would be,
Yeah, the
or quantum
movie.
mechanics. Like in that like weird, in that like weird like thing uh or molecular like it's in like a at that point in history it was like a very it was a very experimental and very not well known part of science. And that was like quantum mechanics and all that, like the atom.
Molecules.
Yeah, like it was molecules were definitely known about since like hell like that's what he studies, but it wasn't something that was like a lot of that wasn't known at that time, and obviously it was it was mid 20th century, so like a lot of those advancements like hadn't come at that point or like were like on the verge of being there. And obviously mid 20th century was a time of like a lot of advancements technologically speaking. I mean, fuck look just like like a lot of big inventions happened in the mid 20th century. It's kind of insane. Like obviously atomic bomb, communications definitely have been around for quite a bit, but like actual like communication that's like reliable, because fucking like World War I didn't have any like television was probably not even there. There was like the only way to communicate was like through radio or some shit. I don't even know. No, like wait, like they had like the carrier pigeons in World War I, right?
You know what?
The carrier pigeons, like the messenger pigeons.
I think those were. I don't know. They were around during that time. Okay, I just don't know what specific range they operated.
I'm pretty sure I know I that's this is not gonna be the best like historical historical reference I can make, but in Battlefield One, which is World War I, there is a there's like a little part of it where you do like you send out a messenger pigeon, so it's like I'm get so that's where it comes from, I guess. Like that's a big popular part. So yeah, like even like they use fucking messenger pigeon for in World War I, like radio communications, like television. I don't even know television, but like
Television, it was a
oh yeah, no, wait, television was
1920
a thing.
thing.
What?
It was beginning to, appear more in the 1920s around the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was already a thing, right?
Yeah.
And like radio, like all that shit. That was all around the time of World War II. That was all being used around the World War II, and a lot of advancements happened because of the war. This being one of the biggest ones, nuclear power. So and Oppenheimer was one of the head honchos of it, and he
So
came back to he came to America, brought that science, and obviously though it was not immediately during World War I, but World War II, but it happened soon after, and Oppenheimer like was caught in the middle of it. Like they and when they finally saw that they could split the atom, he knew what it meant, and he knew what needed to be done. And he did catch a lot of flack because of his past, and we see him like this didn't really affect him in his actual, I guess, like campaign, like not his campaign, but like during the Project Manhattan, as in the movie. I can't speak for actual like happenings, but during during like afterwards, obviously that all came to light, and they wanted to bring him down. Well, it was mostly Strauss that wanted to bring him down because he got a public humiliation. Uh, but yeah, like he like He wanted to down Oppenheimer, and this is kind of where this is where like the tale of Prometheus comes around. So I
Oh,
mentioned
okay.
earlier, but what?
No, you already say you gotta tell us about Prometheus.
Yeah. I was gonna take it. So the tale of Prometheus is a very simple one. Basically, Prometheus brought fire. Like he brought fire to the human. It's a Greek story. Prometheus brought fire to humans, and the gods were very mad about that. This is a very like this is paraphrased to shit. So just putting it there. So Prometheus brought the gift of fire to to normal humans, normal man, like the common man,
Mm-hmm.
and the gods got angry, and Zeus imprisoned him for all eternity, and his bowels were to be eaten by an eagle.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So this is how this ties into Oppenheimer. So there are a lot of parallels, and it tied together in a way that was like, holy shit. Okay. So Oppenheimer uh cracks nuclear power. Like he didn't crack it himself, but he was the first to really weaponize it and gave it to the U.S. government, which they used to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
He led the Manhattan Project, okay?
Yeah, he led the Manhattan Project. Gave he gave nuclear power to people, and
Mm-hmm.
later, not be I don't think directly because of it, but definitely because of who he is and what he did. He was uh uh he was uh fuck. I know what I want to say, but I can't explain it. He was I can't even say prosecuted. No, he was interrogated. He was like he was accused. He was accused of
Framed.
wrongdoing like because of his past during his past, and
Mm-hmm.
he is taken out of his power, and he is betrayed by people, and and he's betrayed by his country because his country like is pretty much considering him like a traitor. You see the parallels here, like given power then betrayed.
Yes. With the Prometheus, he gave power to the people, and then the gods punished them.
Yeah,
And here, the people turn against him. No, the gods turn against Prometheus. Mm,
yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, this is what it actually means. I didn't make a connection when I first watched the movie, but watching it back, I was like, holy shit, this is what it means. And I had that like I had that in the mind. I had the like Prometheus thing in the mind. I think I watched something. There's a show I think called Chaos, which has Prometheus in it, and he's like a big part of it, where he talks to Zeus, and I had like a lot of like I watched clips of that like a few weeks before. And then when I watched the show, but like Prometheus was like fresh in the mind for me, and around the time I was watching God of War stuff. So like again, like Greek stuff was in my mind already, and I looked up that Oppenheimer. This movie was made. Uh, this movie was like based on the book. So again, had that fresh in mind, and when that happened, I was when I clicked, I was like, holy shit. But yeah, like Oppenheimer is like an interesting man to say the least. It's such a weird something that happened to him, but he was never like, at least the movie doesn't like portray him as innocent in like everything. Mostly everything, honestly. Like he did cheat on his wife. Like
Mm.
he's not completely innocent. He's not like a complete like saint or anything. But and he did help in like like he said like he did help in creating the bomb and directly led to people, and it does affect them, and we see how it affects them in the movie. And I remember a lot of people, at least like when the movie was coming out, that a lot of people were like saying, "Oh, we didn't get the Japanese side of the story." But like this movie isn't about anyone else other than Oppenheimer and like what he went through.
Called Oppenheimer for a reason, right?
Yeah, like this movie does have scenes like outside like of like Oppenheimer, but it's still like it still relates to him, and like we see like what he goes through and all that, like and like it's his story, it's not anyone else's.
Close timer. I'm sorry, just had to do it again.
Yeah, but yeah, another person I kind of I want to mention in this oh yeah, I just kind of saw that Truman in this movie is like a fucking asshole.
Okay, Harry Truman.
Yeah, in the movie he's kind of a dick to Oppenheimer. I'm pretty sure he called him a pussy.
I mean, okay, so I've been binge watching a lot of U.S. history recently, and the thing with Truman is that he used to be a soldier in World War One. Okay, he went on the battlefield, and what he did is just make sure that his troopers were safe. He wanted to preserve many American lives as possible, and when he got to know about the bomb, Truman wanted to use it right then and there so that the war can end it right there, and you know, no Americans have to die from here. So this is what
Yeah,
I
I
think he
get that,
did.
but like even still within the movie, like Truman was kind of portrayed as being a dick to Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I don't remember that
So
one detail.
there was that, but I don't know. Like it even then, like World War One was like a big like a big turning point for a lot of things because obviously that's where that's like where the seed of World War Two obviously fucking started happening.
Germany.
Not that like specifically because Germany like because like I'm pretty sure if Hitler didn't happen, then I'm pretty sure Germany would have stayed the fuck silent, would have stayed put. Because honestly, the absolute ass fucking that Germany got after World War Two, like I don't think would have happened if Hitler just stayed like just like maybe got sent into art school, just maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so I gotta make but before we continue because we are getting this movie is a story is a historical drama and it's very deeply rooted in World War Two and like history and like presence all that shit. We do not discuss politics here, so we're gonna keep it very historical. So yeah, just like wanted to like mention that before anything goes out of here. Nazis should die. I don't think that's anything political to say.
I agree.
Like I'm not gonna get into it, but people get offended by that. I'm like, how?
I don't know. The bad mindset, I think.
Yeah, but that's not like a political mindset. It's a stupid mindset. So yeah,
Legit.
like I don't even know how like as like it's like an ethical pattern at that point. Like, how the fuck do you even believe that? But yeah, anyways,
Please just keep going.
uh, obviously that 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 happened. Then we got fucking World War Two, and we got and like Germany got butt fucked. Anyways, Harry Truman, he's not a big character. He only shows up for like 2 minutes, but he was kind of an asshole. I just wanted to mention that because it was like very surprising. Like, not surprising to me, but it's something I didn't remember from the movie. But someone else I do want to mention is Strauss. And holy shit, Strauss! I had no idea who this man was until this movie. You know, like um, generally
Who
no
was
idea
it?
who this guy was. But this movie like opened like a fucking third eye for me because Jesus Christ, this man is so petty. This man is so fucking petty. He got humiliated once by by uh by Oppenheimer and uh and uh and like he went on this like tirade. So obviously the story of Strauss is that he did I don't think he met Oppenheimer, but definitely he met him after the war. But
Mhm.
he resents Oppenheimer because Oppenheimer like pretty much laughed him out of laughed him out of not is it court? I don't know. I don't remember if it was court, but definitely. But he wanted to limit the exportation of radioactive isotopes,
Whoa.
and Oppenheimer like laughed him out, and he went on this fucking petty revenge. Also because Strauss believed that Oppenheimer uh like like said something bad about him talking to Einstein. Also
Albert
about Einstein.
Einstein.
I just want to
Albert
mention something about Einstein.
Einstein.
What?
It's Albert Einstein.
It's yeah, it's Albert Einstein. Thing I gotta mention Albert Einstein. Like so, like when this movie's coming out, people there were news outlets that said, "Oh, here's the first look at what's his name, Tom Conti as Albert Einstein," and people fucking made fun of it because it was like phrased like a Marvel movie. It was phrased like a fucking Marvel
Oppenheimer,
movie.
so
What?
it's a Chris Nolan movie, so you gotta have some excitement into it.
Yeah, but he was like, "Oh, like this guy's Albert Einstein." People were making fun of like, "Oh yeah, Albert Einstein. I need you to distract Kang." That was kind of funny seeing that. But yeah, I see. So you want to talk about Einstein for a little bit, or you want to mention him?
He only appeared for like a few scenes, but
Yeah,
he was pretty cool.
it's a. Hey, I still can't. I still have to make fun of that time. Like, oh yeah, like I think top. Yeah, here's the first look at Albert Einstein. It's like, huh? He's Albert Einstein's in a fucking like comic book character. I just have to make fun of that. But yeah, Straws again, petty man. He set up everything. The fucking the the security hearing. That was all him. He fucking planted. He put someone there to fuck over Oppenheimer. He like it was a like Oppenheimer's own lawyer, like something like that. Like what like didn't have the information that the others had. It was all just
Mm.
it was all just like put against him. Then we see that uh then we see that that it almost works, but then like another person. Also, all these people have fucking Wikipedia articles. um,
I mean, they're historical figures, so what do you expect?
yeah, like yeah, no, all these people have fucking Wikipedia articles. It's kind of insane to see because usually you don't see that, but a lot. It's all like actor as historical guy Wikipedia article. Um, where is this guy? Yeah, here we go. I think no, it was another person. I forgot his name. Nope, nope, nope. I can't find him. Anyways, so yeah, no, Strauss orchestrated the whole thing, and he was a very petty man, and I gotta say, wow, he was portrayed very well by Robert Downey Jr., which is fucking strange to say. Also, fun fact. No, wait, no. This we Iron Man. We read Iron Man like a few years ago, but I was like, oh yeah, no, this is the I think one of the roles that Robert Downey Jr. took after Endgame, and yeah, it was kind of insane.
I think it was in another. It was in a kids movie. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot his name.
he was in obviously he's had his movies in the past, duh, before Iron Man, but yeah, after like playing like after Endgame, he played Doolittle.
Oh, that
In
was the
Doolittle.
thing. That was the thing. Okay.
Yeah, he played Doolittle, and then after that, he played Oppenheimer. He played Oppenheimer.
Strauss.
He acted in Oppenheimer. He was Louis Strauss. Yeah, yeah. And then also we are going to see him reappear next year in Fantastic Four: First Steps as a good old as good old well, is it confirmed? I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is expected to appear as Victor Von Doom in a post-credit scene. Okay. Yeah, we're probably gonna see him as Doctor Doom next year in Fantastic Four.
At least he's back in the MCU. Yo.
Yeah. They're kind of fucking Marvel's kind of desperate because because I don't know if you saw, but Chris Evans is also coming back for Doomsday.
Chris Evans is who?
Captain America.
I haven't. Oh, I haven't been keeping up with Marvel. Okay, is that I just see like I see a Marvel movie like once a year or something. Like I don't know.
What was the last one you watched?
Let me see. Need to pull up a face. The thing is, I'm planning to see Thunderbolts. Okay.
You're planning to see Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Look, it lands on my birthday. Okay, I've already made plans for me and my homies to go and watch it on that day.
gotcha.
Where's it? Okay. The last Marvel movie I've seen, The Marvels.
God damn it! Get on Disney Plus and watch that Wolverine this instant. Not this instant, but like fucking soon. You need to cleanse
Oh.
that fucking palate, man. You need to cleanse that palate.
Sorry. Okay, but if you want to count the Sony movies, then
Madam Web, God, even worse.
Madam Web. Yes, I was gonna pirate. I was gonna try to see Venom: Last Dance, but like it hasn't appeared. But try searching for it. Okay, it'll appear one day, and I'll watch it.
What about Craven? That one's that one's Sony. That's the last one.
I need to see it. Okay, I've seen all the Sony stuff. Okay, if I can't miss out. Okay, on the grand finale, the beauty that is Craven. I was craving for a good movie for like 2 years. Better pay off.
I heard you know what's the funny shit that made less money than Madam Web, and apparently I think people say it's like worse.
Will you keep fumbling? How do you go from Morbius to Madam Web to Craven? How?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know how the fuck this happens.
We we've we've reached the point where Morbius is now an average film.
Okay,
God
Craven has
damn.
Craven has 15%. How much is Morbius at? I gotta check. We're gonna get back to the art that is fucking Oppenheimer later. Is gonna fucking check this. Uh, Morbius has also 15%, and Madam Web,
Morbi man.
yeah, and Madam Web has a grand total of 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
So
That's critics, right?
yeah, as a critics, I can check. I can check. I can check on. I could check. Fucking hell. The popcorn meter or the audience reviews are 55%. So that means that 45% of the audience actually fucking like that movie.
Which one?
Madam Web.
Wait, what was it again?
55% of people dislike the movie.
55%. That's too low.
That is too low. And
That's
you know what's even funnier?
what?
Apparently, Crane the Hunter is 16% on for critics and 73% for audience members.
What?
Yes, I hope I've not watched Craven, but I hope that means that it's a so bad it's good movie.
That should be the minimum, okay?
That's what I wanted from Madam Web, but Madam Web sucked so much ass.
Oh, Madam Web was just purified, pure shittiness, okay?
At least Venom: The Last Dance, like it was okay, but it was like fucking like
You
enjoyable.
don't tell me about Last Dance, okay? I need to see it.
Do I at least tell you the critic score, like the scores, or like
Yeah, give me the scores.
all right, 41% for critics, so
They don't
not
like it.
yeah, like 41% of people, 41% of critics didn't do not recommend it, which means that no, that means that 41% of critics do recommend it, but that means that 59% of critics don't.
Well,
And there's a grand total of 81% on the audience score. So that means that 81% of the audience did like it.
that's yeah. The
So
audience is more forgiving to the Venom movies than the critics. It's always
yeah,
has
because
been that
Venom's an
way.
actual good character. Like, people like Venom.
Venom's the go.
And just for comparison, Morbius has 71 on audience score, and that's fucking crime.
I think that was from the memes. Okay, if
Yeah,
it weren't for the
yeah.
meme,
It has like 5 times the verified ratings like, of the other movies. I don't think it's like I don't think it's because just that. Okay, so getting back to Oppenheimer. Uh,
wait. Stop. Can you find a
what?
satirical review of Morbius right there?
I could try. But yeah, but while I'm looking for that, let's go back to Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So Strauss is again very petty, very interesting person. I don't know what he did before, after, but he almost succeeded in fucking over Oppenheimer before his like close associate. Um, like sold him out, but not sold him out, but like that like sold on him pretty much, and that's what happened with him. Yeah, very interesting people. I think those are the only ones I can really mention because they are the two big components. Also, something I forgot to mention about the cinematography is the fact that Since the movie is told in two perspectives, it is told through Oppenheimer's perspective and Strauss's perspective, but obviously all about Oppenheimer. Um, Oppenheimer's perspective is shot in color, and Strauss's perspective is shown in black and white, and that's very very cool.
That's what it
I think
was.
yeah, that's what it was. If you notice,
Oh wow.
whenever we're focusing on Strauss, it is in black and white, and whenever we are focusing on Oppenheimer, it is in color.
Well, now we learned something.
Yeah. Uh, do you have any other people you want to mention? That's like the two big ones I want to mention. But do you have anyone that you want to mention aside from that you want to talk about?
Oppenheimer was making out with a girl,
That happens
a
multiple
hot
times in the
lady.
movie.
Yeah. No, I just have to bring that up. I remember that scene a lot. I remember. I don't think there's any other character I need to elaborate on. Okay.
Okay, I found this comment. Joker 5 stars. Joker 2 is the worst. Morbius is art.
that
Another
was
5 stars. And another 5 stars. I found two. I found two good ones. Like this is public. Nathan A. I just morbed everywhere.
that's
And Santiago F. The best movie of the MCU. Morbius Cinematic Universe. This guy
you
would fucking
know.
what?
eh, eh, there's no Morbius too. Like with the Sony universe dying. We're never gonna see a Morbius too.
Also, RAT Comedy. Sorry to say, but you haven't watched Deadpool Wolverine. But I have some bad news. They did not make the Morbius joke they promised.
Damn it! like
Maybe in Secret Wars.
hmm, it's secret. If only Deadpool's in it.
Fucking it has to be. Anyways, yeah. So okay, let's go
okay.
into the story. To finish this
Yeah.
off, let's go into the story. Again, like I said earlier, this is told in a non-linear fashion, so a lot of the story isn't exactly told in a. It's not told
Loosely.
linearly. It's not told in like in chronological order. I mean, it kind of is, but kind of isn't at the same time. We jump around a lot. Like I said earlier, the ending is technically what jump started the movie. Like what we see in the ending,
No.
and the ending is like one big thing to talk about because obviously in the story, Oppenheimer makes the calculations that maybe he could destroy the world because of what of the bomb, but then he says like, "Oh yeah, we did," and it does allude to the fact that there is a big theory going around that if nuclear war does break out, it's mutually assured destruction. Everyone like we're all gonna die.
Yeah, that's
And
basically how it went in real life. Actually, Soviets built up their nukes. The
that's how it would
Americans
go.
did their thing, and
That's like usually what happens. And to put it into perspective of like into like media, it's what Fallout is based on. Where in the Fallout universe, China nukes the U.S. hard, and then they people like the U.S. nukes them back and it's back and forth across the entire world. So yeah, but yeah, like that's like a big part of the movie. Obviously, like I was mentioning that the twist that the Strauss set what we were seeing throughout the entire movie. He set it all up. That's a big
oh,
twist. How all these things from his Oppenheimer's past are brought him to to condemn him and all that. That is all like there. Yeah, it's all like it's all present. It's all like I think very cool and something that well, I mean not cool, definitely not cool for him, but like it's all presented in a way where I think like it's a very cool way of presenting it all. And nothing like doesn't make sense, you know. Like you obviously you learn things as you watch the movie, but it's told in a way where even though you know it's not in chronological order, it's non-linear. It's you still don't feel lost. And obviously the techno babble, like I guess the science babble they spout throughout the movie, it does you don't get lost in it really. They always explain it. And I gotta say something I gotta mention here, but there is a moment in the movie that I really do appreciate, and it's one of Oppenheimer's greatest quotes, at least one of his like most known. And do you know this one?
Destroyer
Or,
of Worlds quote.
yeah, where in the where he said in an interview, I guess, or like a program or something. I don't know what it was. He said that when he saw the bomb being detonated for like the test blow up, the test run, he he said like he recounted in his mind the passage he read from the Bhagavad Gita that honestly was like now I've become Death Destroyer of Worlds, and that is portrayed in the movie, and I feel like that's very cool. Because something that you don't like, it's like that quote. It's always like him recounting it, but you don't really see it ever. So I'm glad that was portrayed here. That was a very cool thing, and that's like comes from earlier in the movie where Gene Tatlock showed him the book. So yeah, like there's a lot of like there's a lot of things in the movie that tie into other things and things that are brought up later. And obviously, like him being betrayed and all that ties into the symbolism of him being like American Prometheus and American Prometheus. So yeah, just like all very well made. Do you have anything to mention?
I have become Prometheus. I don't know what else to say here.
Yeah, I think it's all like very well made. So, like I said earlier, there's not a lot. I can't talk about the future because we can't make fucking Oppenheimer 2. Like the future,
The
the
guy's
future of
dead.
Oppenheimer. The future of Oppenheimer is what happened in the real world. Like that's just it.
We're alive. That's something to be.
Yeah, no, like the movie was made.
Yeah.
like, do you want to know the future? The future is that Oppenheimer lived an interesting enough life to warrant a movie by Christopher Nolan. Like, that is the future.
With with
And obviously,
with
his like developments and all that shit led to people actually using nuclear power for something good, and then Chernobyl happened. So if you want a real Oppenheimer 2, go watch HBO's Chernobyl. Like,
or Godzilla 2. Godzilla minus one.
Godzilla minus one exactly. If you want like a thematic sequel, you know. But yeah, um,
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna rate it. Uh, so yeah, Oppenheimer is one of the only, I think the only biopic we're either gonna talk about or like at least we've talked about right now, and it lands the mark truly beautifully. Like, what is your like general consensus of the movie, RAT Comedy? Like, what do you think about it? Like, just like overall.
S.
Well, I was hoping for a little bit more, but yeah, sure. Like, I was gonna give it the same thing. But yeah, it's an S tier movie. It does everything well. Where the fuck are you on this? Okay, there we go. It does everything well. It is just the best possible thing. One of the best movies to come out of 2023.
Yes.
So yeah, that's about it. Nothing much more to say. Like again, this episode was longer than I expected it to be genuinely honest. But
Closeheimer. I had to do it one more time, okay?
this is the first time I close Heimer. Is that what you're saying? I did it the first time I ever fucking catch it.
Closeheimer, yes. If you Yeah, you get it now, okay?
I was like, what the fuck are you saying? But
Oh,
yeah,
Oppenheimer.
um, that's really about it. So again, to the audience, what did you guys think about Oppenheimer? In the comments below. Uh, Follow our socials; they're all down in the description, and including for the first time in fucking like 5 years, someone else's for our comedy socials in the description. At least that's YouTube channel.
Hooray.
And yeah, no, RAT Comedy, say your goodbyes.
I'll recover, okay? And this is probably one of my favorite movies that I've ever seen, okay? So, bye.
Yeah. See y'all.